This episode of The Casual is brought to you in part by Squarespace. For all your website needs, Squarespace delivers it in an all-around package to help you build a beautiful, integrated online presence.
What up? It's your boy Reggie Casual. Let's get it. All right, what's up everybody? It's your boy Reggie Casual, friend of casual.co. Welcome to Cat Street. Now today is a very special day. It is part one of our Cat Street tour. Now, if you guys don't know what Cat Street is, it's basically this alleyway with a whole bunch of shops and stores for fashion. And it's so long that we have to do two halves. Like we have to do part one and a part two. So what you're gonna see today is all the way up to part one, obviously, a couple of alleyways, a couple of special shops, but keep in mind as we go through all of these, there's a lot more that I am not showing you. However, I am gonna give you kind of a lay of the land, show you how to kind of navigate this area so you won't get lost when you come to Japan, or Tokyo rather, specifically. In any case, without further ado, let me go ahead and just stop talking altogether. Let's get it. All right, so first up, we gotta head back a little bit. We gotta just show you where we at. So let's go ahead and turn this around. So that is the main street. There's a little land bridge over there. There's a little lady right here. This is how you know that you're on Cat Street. But this is the main road out here. That's Omotesan Dodori. And that is where you're gonna be able to see Harajuku. So Harajuku is that way, like the main Harajuku, Urahara area. And if you keep on going this way, you're gonna make it to Minami Aoyama. This building right here, we'll check it out in another video. This is the Gayatri Building. I always have trouble pronouncing this because the way that they say it and the way that it's written is just ridiculous. In any case, that is a building that has Visvum, Comme des Garçons Trade Museum. Anyway, we'll go to that at another time. So again, Main Street, and this right here is our way to Cat Street. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the shops and some of the corners that you can traverse. All right, so as we enter Cat Street, we are met with L'Envie en Bleu. My French is terrible, but L'Envie en Bleu is obviously a part of L'Envie. But this is a great opportunity to kind of display how Japan ends up getting these specialized stores from even major brands. A lot of the times, if you have a store in your country or whatever, what have you, in Japan, it's run by another company or they're in a partnership with the neighborhood, so they'll have special offerings. So pro tip, whenever you come to Japan, just because a store is in your country does not mean that they offer the same things. A lot of the times they will offer something completely different. The same instance right here, we have Haan. This is the Haan Grand Shop. They're gonna be offering things that are in a collaboration with other stores or other neighborhood things. So it's really great to go inside these and check out what Japan has to offer. So as we enter the main corridor, we have to stop right here at the intersection. So if we look this way, we have that way, and then we have this way. If you go this way, you're gonna be met with restaurants around the corner. There's a TGIF, like right around that corner over there. And if you go this way, you are met with some crazy stores. So we're gonna go this way because that's where shops are. But just keep in mind, all of this, not just this street, is filled with shops. It's all these corners. So any alleyway that you're gonna go down, you're gonna be met with something unique. So we made it to our first destination. I know I kind of went off the beaten path a little bit, just to give you an example of what these corners are about. The store right behind me may be very familiar to many of you. That is Palace Skateboards. I really just want you guys to know it is super hot. It's like 91 degrees Fahrenheit, 33 degrees Celsius out here. I'm killing myself. It's hot out here, but I'm doing it for you. Just for the culture. For the culture. Right here we have the Chanel pop-up. I don't know if you guys know this, but Tokyo has plenty of pop-ups from Chanel to any brand that you could think of. In fact, the Chanel one's right here. And if we just go around this corner, we actually have the Gucci Adidas one right over there. So let's go ahead and hurry up. I know many of you probably know about the Gucci Adidas collaboration. It's right here. Right there. Right in the middle of Mass. Now, this is the Mass Gallery. If I go back there, I'll show you a little bit about what that has to be about. But this right here, pop-up, Gucci, Adidas, check that out right there. Now, of course, most of these are limited, but you don't want to miss out on events like this. Go in, check them out. If you're in the country, always. It's always just a nice experience. This area that I'm in right now is called the Mass. It is a full concrete kind of gallery, so you can see some of the artwork that's in here, right? Check it out. Right now they have Sam Friedman room service, a lot of that artwork in there. So that's really cool that they'll have kind of these events in this nice little area, as well as having the Gucci Adidas collaboration. So this area is just a really cool area. Every now and then they'll have different artists from different places presented in this place. So we've made our way back to the main road. And I think it's worth mentioning that a lot of the stores that used to be here aren't here anymore. That one right there used to be a Journal Standard. It is gone. This one a long time ago was opening ceremony. It is obviously not opening ceremony anymore because opening ceremony doesn't exist with a brick and mortar. However, there are still a lot of mainstays like this store right here. And I know a lot of you will probably get excited about Janu too, because it's a custom order shop with a ton of blank apparel. So if you're in the mood to kind of create your own thing, you can go right here. They have tons of blanks in here, from striped shirts to Oxfords to t-shirts to anything, shorts. It's crazy in there. And a lot of it is pretty good quality. So you can get something quite unique without being kind of like the same as everybody else. So this is definitely something to check out while you're here. It's been here for so long, I don't expect it to ever be gone. Right over here, we got Delta One. If you're unfamiliar with Delta One, we went to one of the Delta One locations when we were in the Urahara. So if you haven't checked out that video, definitely check it out. Delta One is a reseller of jewelry, things like goros, things like chrome hearts. So if you're interested in that, this is the place to go. One of the newer places in the area is Replica Maison Margiela. This is where you can get all the Maison Margiela fragrances. You can also get some customized stuff in there as well. So if you're interested in fragrances, if you're interested in Margiela, it's the place to go. People tend to ask me where I get my glasses, where I get my specs and frames and whatnot. Paris Mickey is one of those places that I go to. They have 1,001 frames from 1,001 different brands. Not 1,001, but a lot. So if you're looking for a pair of frames, some unique frames, or just something cool to look at, the whole ambiance of the store is amazing. It has that 1950s, 1960s look, Americana look. I should be more specific, but it's a great store to find some great frames. Upstairs though, don't miss that. That's Kendall. Kendall is well documented by many people who frequent Japan as being a great source of high-end used fashion. You got things like Hermes, Prada, Margiela, Balenciaga, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Chanel, Dior, Chrome Hearts, and many more. So it's definitely worth checking out. And to get there, you just have to go up those stairs right there. Right? So you go up the stairs or you take the elevator. One of the two, doesn't matter, depends on your preference. One thing to keep in mind is that this still is the Harajuku corridor, so vintage and secondhand still rules the world. You have these nice little pop-ups. This is a flea market for used clothing. So you can go in here and you find some unique items from maybe some new seller or somebody who's collected a whole bunch of stuff and they're selling it all in a place like this. It's not gonna be here forever, but the great thing is that there's tons of used places, even in the corridor of what we call Cat Street.
But before we continue, we gotta give a moment for our partners at Squarespace. We've been with them for a minute, not just because they provide professional templates, robust backend analytics, professional email options, or even integrations with major social, business, and fashion platforms, but also because presentation, especially in the fashion biz, is important. And Squarespace provides you with amazing presentation and a simple format that can get you started in no time. Plus, everyone watching gets a 10% discount when you start by using our link, squarespace.com/thecasual. So now you got your ideas, the code, and a way to showcase. Get it going today with Squarespace. Now back to it.
All right, so once again, it's time to go down an alleyway before we get to the final big shops on this street. But keep in mind that this thing keeps on going. I have shown you quite a few stores, not that many so far, but all of this is just the main street of Cat Street. There's more around these corners, just creeping around that you may not know about. That's one of the things that I love just about Japan. It's like every corner that you go around might be something new, might be something old, might be something worth checking out. So don't sell yourself short. Travel around these areas, discover something. That's how they shop. That's what I've learned from them. And at least the Japanese people, I just be really ambiguous with. That's what I learned from them, you know what I'm saying? I don't know who I don't know you now. That's what I've learned from this culture, is that you shouldn't be intimidated by discovery. And that is probably the #1 rule while shopping in an area like this. All right, so I'm gonna take you down this alleyway real quick. There's some dope spots, and there's one spot that I know many of you are probably gonna love. That is Stewards Lane. This is probably one of the coolest shops in the area, like all of Cat Street. It has a kind of 1960s, 1970s Americana vibe, and there's just so much offerings here that you almost have to see it to believe it. All right, so we're back. The big store right behind me is the big building right behind me is a triple store kind of thing going on. I don't even know what to call that. It's like, you know, real estate. Anyway, we got Burton on one side, Burton right over there. We got Oakley on the other side. I know you guys know those. Again, same situation in Japan, different offerings. Definitely want to go in, don't miss out. However, the main store in this area is the Adidas Originals Cat Street store, and this one is definitely worth checking out, and it's amazing what they've done. Every now and then they'll change kind of like the theme of it, so when you go inside on any given time, you might see something pretty interesting that you wouldn't see anywhere else. All right, and our final store that we're gonna check out on part 1 of the Omotesando Tokyo fashion tour is right behind me. It's one of the biggest locations for this particular store in Tokyo. It is Ragtag. Ragtag is a franchise, so there's many different locations scattered throughout Japan. However, the most prominent ones are in the Tokyo area. Now this one right here on Cat Street is one of the biggest locations. Many of you, when you come down Cat Street, this will probably be the store that you beeline to. Why? Because this particular location for Ragtag has brands like Sacai, Acne Studios, Hike, Beautiful People, Marni, Maison Margiela, Yoji Yamamoto, Comme des Garçons, Louis Vuitton, Chanel, North Hollywood, Engineer Garments. What Ragtag does is, of course, it's mostly used designer clothes, at least at this location. At other locations, they kind of fit the bill of the area. Another great thing is that they do have a ranking system that goes from S all the way to C, I believe, and C is still really good. S means like it's never been worn, A means it's like off the rack. So again, a great location that you have to see. 2, maybe 3 levels, and you could sell your clothes here. And that is part 1. That's it. That's all I'm gonna show you today, because there's just an infinite amount more that it would take me an hour or 2 to do this entire series of just Cat Street alone. If you want to get involved in Japanese fashion to any degree, it is important and incumbent upon you to learn how to discover. Don't rely on the main street. That is not going to take you places. And again, like I said, this is all shopping. Over there, that direction, even more. That direction is where we started. And that's not even that far from where we started, which is crazy. Our homeboys, there they go. So yeah, you gotta, pick it up with the locals. However, if you can't come here in the meantime, if it's chomping at the bit, you can't get here quite yet, you can take the journey with us right here on The Casual. And if you want even more, you can join us on Patreon at patreon.com/thecasual. You get access to our private Discord. You get access to extra content. You actually get access to our monthly webinar fashion business series and our series class, which helps you build brands. So if you're interested in that, definitely take a gander, take a look-see. But before we head out, before I give you the ending, we gotta do Omotosando, The Looks 2022, Part 1, or Cat Street. I keep on saying Omotosando. Let's just say Cat Street, Part 1, The Looks. As always,